This is Edgy on Film. You are watching with Hollie May, singer, songwriter, dancer, artist, icon. You are watching Edgy on Film, episode 3 and 4. This episode is called Art and Self-Confidence. You're not rock and roll. I'm rock and roll. Yeah. And then once when you've got it in your glass, you want to add your milk. Add your milk in. Yeah, baby. Add that milk in. Add that milk in. And then you just want to, stir it. You want to stir it. Stir it. I've only just discovered this somewhere. Probably TikTok, or maybe it's just me making it up. But I actually quite enjoy having some ice cubes in my drink, and I'm going to add 2 in. So there we go, got 1 block of ice. Ooh! And then you want number 2. And then this should make it really, really cold. And then, yeah, so I'm going to put toffee around it. There we go, nice, beautiful toffee. Toffee sauce. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. You have a Hollie May milkshake. Hollie May is back. Hollie May has returned. Test. Do a taste test. Let's go. Let's go in for it. Let's go. Let's go. You ready? Cheers, guys. I mean, come on. This is good. It's not really a song. It's just creative writing and just something that I wanted to get off my chest on the 16th of June, 2021. So someone told me this at the start of this, right? You dress so black. As I said, my heart is so full of colour. The Union Jack following me, carrying me, life's an English dream. Women look at me down the streets, blaring. Music as I think of you, travelling, escaping my mind. Smoking naked, with Joan's voice caught. Hearts flying around my body, touching my hips, on a long walk. Yeah, that wasn't any poetry. That was just something I wrote on the 21st of June. Because sometimes writing is good and it gets stuff out your head, and I'm not a poetry person. I will never be a poetry person, but I just think it would be quite cool that if I keep writing that and putting it here, I think you guys might find inspiration from my little rambly writings and stuff. And I shouldn't be making this into a vlog. I really shouldn't be, but I can't help it. I'm really good at talking to the camera, you see, guys. I'm really good at sort of, you know, I can talk for hours, but the thing is, I can forget that I'm on camera, and I kind of do half the time. I think I get too comfortable. Do you know what I mean? I think I just get too comfortable, and I don't know. I think I like the camera. I think me and the camera have a good relationship. You know, it's been really crazy actually doing this to yourself because uh, I've never done this before, and this is just new. This is just a new thing for me to do until, you know, COVID doesn't exist. And I know full well within my heart and my soul that when people watch this back and I watch this back, we are both going to experience what we will be experiencing. How did I get so lucky, guys? How did I get so lucky? I mean, there's just so much I could say, but like, what is the point? What is the point? What are you, Holly? You are a rock and roll soul. Yeah, I am a soul singer. My heart is soul. Soul music is my life. Literally, I love how my best friend is all in red. All in red, yeah? All in red. Jonah's policeman, she wears the red. And then there's me. I'm all in black. Can you tell the difference from the difference of me and Joan? She sings about life and her heart and all that cheese, but I just sing about like the love and the women and why my life is so fucked up. I think it will always be fucked up, but I guess I'm just a depressive. Just appreciate how the fact that I don't have a stylist in my life, and I don't think I'll ever need one, maybe just a little bit, but can we just appreciate this look right now? I got my leather pants, I got my leather jacket. Yes, baby, it's nice and firm. And I just look real good. Oh, postman. Yeah, I just look really good. I can't help it. I can't help it! See, I never thought, right, that when I did TikTok that I was going to go viral a couple of times, and it's pretty clear that I have gone viral because of my face and not because, you know, it's not a musical thing, but I can understand why I've gone viral because of the way that I look. Today I'm going to be doing another TikTok. I've got this cute little jacket, and as you can tell, I don't want to wear a bra. I want to keep it as raw as possible and stuff. You know, I never thought I'd ever go viral on TikTok, but it's quite a crazy experience, but it's a good reminder that there's a lot of people in the world. So yeah, I mean, it still surprises me up till this day that I went viral for just being myself. I think I have gone viral, I would say, roughly more than 10 times on TikTok. But the thing is, I don't look at it and think, you know, self-validation, whether it comes to views or followers and things that are like that, you know. I don't really view the internet in that way. I don't view it that way at all. I mean, it still blows my mind that a lot of people on TikTok do enjoy to watch me. I know that like when it comes to like an audience, I think I have a lot of grown men, a lot of mature women that like to watch me and my content. But you know, the thing is, I'm a singer and a songwriter. You know, I'm not a TikTok influencer. That's not my job. That's not, you know, it's just not what I want to do. Because, you know, music to me is more important. Music to me, it tells you how I really feel. And I love songwriting. I love it so much. You know, believe, I'm not really, you know, I'm just not that kind of person when it comes to the level of success of something or the level of popularity. It doesn't really go to my head. You know, that is not important to me. What's important to me is that, you know, if my music and my songwriting can inspire people, whoever they are, that makes me really, really happy. But it still blows my mind that I do TikTok videos and I'm just myself, and a lot of people enjoy watching it. And I think that's really, like, that's the really good thing about TikTok, is that you just throw a video online and people love you for it, no matter who you are, what you do. Some of my outfits that I tend to wear for my TikToks are very, they're very, very rock and roll. I feel like I have my own style, and I think it's really good that I like to impact my style on people. I like to throw it in their face, and you know, with style, you can do freaking anything with style. You know, you can be in trend, or you can be like me and just create your own creation and let people think what they want to think of it. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's probably because I'm a singer and a songwriter. A lot of people enjoy what I have to say and how I say it and the way that I write it, and how I really just like to make things my own. And I think that's important, you know. I think it's important to make things your own. The whole reason why I've chosen to do this little kind of bit of like montage is that I want people to know who I am, see what kind of person I am. When, you know, when this mask is taken off, as I'm putting the mask on right now. And I don't know, I just want to see how far I can go whilst putting everything on camera until until we make it to August, especially in my local music scene. Nobody has done this, and I have just decided to just jump out of the box and just turn around and be like, fuck it, I don't care, this is me. This is me, and this is what I do, okay? And I just want it to be an interesting piece of artwork, so that, you know, my friends can look back on this, and I can look back on this, and people, I'd like to hope that people feel inspired. dramatic. I want to go all the way to Arizona and dive deep in a cave. So, yeah. Anyway, I am going to get ready to do a TikTok now. And, as you can see, I look hot! I look hot! You want to see my outfit? You want to see my outfit? You guys want to see my outfit? This is my outfit. Oh my god, that angle! Sweetie pie, sweetie pie. We can't do Hollie May like that. Let me put you here. Let me put you here. Put you here. Put you here. Okay. Excuse my fat legs. Right. Can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see the outfit? I can't bloody tell either. So if anyone from my town is watching this, I'm not drunk. I'm not on drugs. This is me being me. Right, here we go. Let's take two. Let's take two. Can you, oh, there we go. Can you see it? Can you see? You can see, there we go. So this is the outfit that I'm wearing. So I am going to set up now. I need to get my ring light. As you can see, my ring light is right there. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, it's right there. Yeah, you guys are going to watch me set up for a TikTok. But you know what? I don't do TikToks for self-worth, okay? I do it because it works. And I did not know that I was going to go viral. Do you guys like my lock scream? Oh, living on a prayer. Take my hand, I say it, I swear. Oh, living on a prayer. I gotta set up. So obviously now that I've done my face and my makeup and I look very hot. Let's say, I don't know, I'm not very good at complimenting myself, and I don't compliment myself because it's not how I roll. It's not how I roll. So yeah, guys, you guys are gonna watch me do the TikTok. If I move you over there. Right, I need to shut the curtains, guys, because I have my ring light ready. So yeah, baby. Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo. Oh, oh, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I am a hot woman indeed. You know what? I wish I could literally take a 50-year-old out for dinner right now, but no one is interested. But it's cool. It's cool. It's gonna be like the worst thing anybody has watched. Oh, sugar mama. Ooh. Right, I know you can't see me in this camera, but I look so hot. Sorry guys, the angle's really shit and I can't be asked to put you on the tripod. Jesus, I actually look like a crocodile that is about to take some shit out. Right, okay. What am I gonna mime to? What am I gonna mime to? I need some music up in here. Oh, so let's do Jimi Hendrix. You're a song in the sky. There's not a storm in the sky. I wish you guys could see, like, this current angle on my iPhone. Like, I wish you could see the current angle on my phone because I look good! Okay, right, let me just turn off this light. The TikTok, this is what I do in my natural habitat. Okay, right, what are we doing? So yeah, I tend to just act like a bit of a dick before I do a TikTok. I think that's literally everything you all need to know. Okay, right, we don't want to... Okay. Right, shall we go, mate? Shall we go? Have we got this? Are we going to do all right? Right then. Okay, my cleavage looks good. I look clean as hell. Into... Yeah! I popped my button halfway through. Let's do that again. Take 2! Yo, welcome to my film, yeah? Right, let me turn that up. I can't hear this over myself. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, 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 yeah. I always do that after I do a TikTok, guys. You learn something new every day. Timer. We're on the timer. So as you can tell, guys, I'm just being myself. I don't know if you've noticed, but ow! Yeah! Oh, god damn! Okay. Right! I need to do it again. Yeah! Yeah! We about to kick some ass! We about to kick some ass. That's what we are all about. We are gonna kick some ass today. We gonna kick some ass today. Oh God, I'm barely in the shot. That's what we gonna do. We gonna kick some ass today. Right. Righty ho. Righty bloody ho. I want to make this one a bit more in your face this time. You know what I mean? Yeah! Baby. Oh, baby. Let's get a nice little zoom in shot right there. In other words, close up. Okay, let's do another 3. Let's see if we can do 3 more. Do 3 more like that. Yeah. I am giving everyone cookies and motherfucking cream. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, I can't flip my camera the other way around to me. I'm not being a YouTuber or anything. Here I am. Yeah, yeah. First time ever filming in public. Woo! Here we are at Beckett's Park. Beautiful. Beautiful. Spent a lot of my life here. That statue's been here for years. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. So, yeah. This is a bit weird. First time recording in public. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Basically, this is where I hang out, and this is where I find a lot of my inspiration. I actually don't even know the exact code for this place, but it's like a way out from where I live, and I come here all the time to just find inspiration within nature and stuff. And yeah, it's quite pretty, really. It's nice and quiet. Yeah. Where are you going? Where are you going? You match my shoes. You match my shoes. Hey? My dog matches my shoes. As you can tell, I am not a very good videographer, but I have skills of a photographer and songwriter. But yes, look at our feet. We match. Hey. Oh, hey. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know, really. I don't know. Look at that. Round about the early noughties, 2012, 2013, 2014, and also during 2008, 2007, maybe early 2006, throughout those years, I became massive with painting, self-portraits, and just art in general. And I would just basically do loads and loads, all kinds of different types of portraits in sketchbooks for school and secondary school, and, you know, big scrapbooks, and sometimes even on canvases. So, you know, during the time I got bullied a lot, it was, you know, my escape, and it was my way of coping with a lot of depression and a lot of the bullying that was going on during those years. And obviously, like I said, yeah, I escaped to MySpace, you know, during the early noughties. That was a main escapism to me, but so was art. And, you know, my best friend Jacqueline, who lived next door to me, she was my next door neighbour. She was there for me throughout many years. I think she's known me since I was about 4. She no longer is my neighbour, but she still is in my heart. And you know, these are just some of the rare images of what I have taken throughout my GCSE years and when I was dealing with my artwork. And what I love about all these art pieces that I did as a teenager / also as a young child, every single piece that I did was so unique and so different, almost like every single one stood out. And I don't think I realised it at the time. And I think at the time as well, I kind of took a lot of I took it for granted, I guess, in a way. But in a way, I was lucky that I had everything right in front of me, from pencils to pens to acrylics to water paints, you know, you name it, including canvases. And I feel like it helped me out so much, you know, just to express myself. And it did a lot for me in the long run. It helped me out so much. And I suppose when MySpace and the internet and doing artwork, You know, it's a great way to sort of express yourself. I just wish that if I could turn the clock, I wish I just didn't put it all online. But then again, when you're a teenager and you're going through bullying and you're facing a lot of suicide and depression, and you don't have many friends and the majority of your friends are on the internet, you know, that is the place to go. And that was kind of it for me, really. Through a really, really dark phase as well throughout my artwork, and also when I did photography work, you know, just trying to build up my confidence and work on myself as a teenager. And I think when you express darkness and pain and, you know, the deeper side of emotions and the deeper side of things, and it's a lot more personal and it's a lot more deeper than you think. I mean, it's great for the mind and it's great for the brain to actually release that. But also, I think back then, when I was going through what I was facing every day, I think I did take a lot of things extremely personal, which I shouldn't have. But then again, when you are a teenager and you're going through it, you don't realise it at the time. And, you know, when I look back on these old paintings, I always think to myself, like, holy shit, I actually did that. I actually did that self-portrait. That's freaking crazy, you know. And I remember when I did put all these images online of my artwork when I was a teenager, and a lot of my friends were amazed at what came out of me and, you know, what was in my head that came out, you know, onto the other side of things. And it makes me feel so good that so many people that I knew and who were close to me at the time, they were inspired, like they were moved, and they did feel touched by my, you know, sensitive, fragile and also painful portraiture and paintings and all this artwork that I did. And I think because I was such a young, you know, youthful child who was so lost, I don't think I actually realised, you know, the effect that it had, but also how so many people who I knew and so many people who knew my name and some people who didn't even know me, but they knew my name, they were so inspired by it. And I remember just receiving multiple different kind of compliments on all different old social medias. And I did at some point, yeah, I published them on MySpace, but I wasn't happy with that. And I remember I removed it because I felt like the social media was going to steal these images of my artwork. And obviously for me, I wanted to keep them to myself, and because they are original pieces. Nobody in the world has done pieces like these that I have done. And I know that now, but I didn't know that before. So I suppose doing artwork and listening to music and being creative has always been a massive escapism to me, and also a huge passion to me. I never thought that when I released all these images, the impact and the feedback and also the way my friends responded to me at the time. You know, so many people were going through their own shit and, you know, looking at my own artwork, they were amazed. And I don't know, to me it was just a bit mental. I didn't really know how to handle all the positivity because, you know, I am who I am. I do my own thing. I go with the flow. But then again, when you are, you know, growing up and, you know, you're battling what you're battling through, you don't know how to handle things. You don't know how to stay in that control of, oh, thank you so much for that compliment, or, oh, I wasn't expecting that. I didn't know that's how you really felt. Because when you are a teenager, everything is at your shoulders, literally. That, you know, it's all in front of you and you just have to sort of take it as it is, even though you're absolutely vulnerable as fuck. So I would do portraiture for family members like my cousin Bronya. I would do portraits for people in school. I remember that, like, I'd just do it for free if people really gave a fuck about it. And I think I did it to all kinds of people, and in return, some people did portraits of me, and that was a bit of a thing for a while, not just on the internet, but also during the early noughties. You know, a bit like a give and take. If you do this for me, I'll do this for you, and you know, we can go from there. And you know, I kind of sort of received a little bit of early fan art, you know, during that time. Never really been used to receiving it, but I'll tell you what, it's quite nice actually receiving fan art. It's actually quite cute. Hollie May allows it. So the question is, how did Hollie May, where did Hollie May discover her self-confidence? Now, I discovered Grace Jones during my middle teens, and I completely blocked it and ignored it. And then I rediscovered Grace Jones during my late teens, and it kind of stuck with me. And that is how I started stripping, and I began doing the sex work and lap dancing work during the, you know, the noughties of 2017 and 16. And I think as I was sort of developing my confidence and as I was trying to blossom as a young teenager, before I reached that point, I heavily got so involved in Grace Jones's music that it had such an impact on me. I just remember taking all kinds of random photos of myself and watching my little resolution and my, you know, reinvention of myself grow. And then I think I kind of took it from there onwards. So the answer to that question is basically I discovered Grace Jones and I disagreed with it the first time I saw it, but the second time round when I rediscovered her, I was really heavily into it. And the one thing that really caught me by Grace Jones was not just her interviews, her music visuals, the clothes that she wore, you know, Philip Tracy, all these fashion designers. For me, it was that music video that she did where she did La Vie en Rose in that beautiful pink dress, sparkling, shimmering, full of light, and she just, it's the way that she sways in the whole visual. And that really caught me and moved me and kind of motivated me, but it also helped me with my revolution and also my reinvention as a young teenager, becoming a young woman with my self-confidence. And during the time I was sort of discovering myself and learning parts of myself, I wanted to just be outside the box all the time. And you know, during this time and the era, as you can see through the photos as they change and develop and you're seeing me grow, textiles has been a massive thing in my life. And you know, it got to the point where my friends were like, Hollie, what are you wearing today? You look like a complete lesbian yesterday, and today you look like someone I don't know. So that was kind of like my way on how I dealt with things and how I was allowing my confidence to grow. And that was my little push. And I think when I discovered Grace Jones and her music and her interviews and everything, I was so inspired and so grabbed by that I just I loved it and I lived for it. You should check out Grace Jones. To anybody who does not know her, she is a Jamaican singer from the 80s. And if you really like uniqueness and black power, check her out, because she is one of my favorite singers ever. And I love everything that she does along the lines of textiles and designers and the way that she wears her clothes and how confident she is, because she is a warrior for sure. During the time I was going through redevelopment and also reinventing myself, this was during the time I was going through textiles in my secondary school year for my GCSE, and it's the best choice I've ever made because I got C for my GCSE during textiles, and I love textiles. If anybody knows me really, really well, you will know that I will go to the shop, I will buy something, whether it's cheap or it's expensive, and if it looks really plain, I will most likely redesign it. I will spray it, I'll put buttons on it, and I'll cut it up and I'll make it into something new. So, you know, when I did textiles in secondary school on my last year, I kind of kept Grace Jones to myself. I didn't want to tell anybody, you know, she's my biggest inspiration. I love her so much. You know, whilst everybody else was looking at Kate Moss and all these other models, I was just too busy thinking about Philip Tracy and Alexandra McQueen and Isabella Blow, because they were my kind of people. They were the kind of designers that I really was interested in. I didn't give a shit about the models. I was more interested in who created this, who created that. Why does this dress look like this? And what was their inspiration in making, you know, this line or this collection? That was what I did. And everyone else in my school year, when we did textiles, everyone was just so overrated by models, and I didn't give a shit about how thin that model was. Can't be arsed. Can't be arsed. So these are a range of images of me just growing as a teenager and becoming a very confident woman. And I just decided to do lap dancing during 2017, and to be honest, I never ever chose to do that job for the money. I did it for confidence. I did it to fill in spaces of when I was lost, and I did it to work on myself and just to save up money. So if anybody does tell you, oh, she did it for cash, they're bullshitting you, and they don't know me as well as you think they do. So yeah, I love textiles, I love Grace Jones, and I love redesigning clothes and reinventing myself and making the most of whatever the hell is in my wardrobe or whatever the hell I'm wearing, and just making it my own and making it absolutely beautiful. So whoever sees it, you know what I'm saying? I made that, or I redesigned that, and I worked on this. So yeah, originality is important, not just in your personality and the way you speak to people or how confident you are or the way you are, but don't be afraid to put it in your, you know, when you leave your house, what are you wearing? Don't be afraid to work that shit and do your thing. I think the thing is with textiles and fashion and shopping in boutique shops and also shopping in mainstream shops and redesigning and recreating clothes, I think that was kind of like where it all started for me. I never really got round to making like a portfolio or anything when I did modelling. I was just kind of getting into freelancing modelling and just trying to be a model that stood out because of my face. And that was what made me different. I worked with a couple of photographers that were very dodgy and trying to take advantage of me, which is always shit. However, nowadays I won't allow that to happen. And I guess because textiles really helped me a lot as a young teenager. That's okay. Cut. Really helped me as a teenager. It made me feel like a brand new woman. It made me feel like I could become a better woman, and I could really do something and make something of myself. And that's what I did with my imagery, being photogenic, and the same with all the clothes that I wore. Even some outfits that I wore really didn't make sense, and others really did, and it worked. You know, I would cut up leather jackets, I would break certain jackets and try and redesign dresses and make it my own. But I think the majority of my friends, some of them realised it, and other people didn't really realise it. They were just more interested in, oh, you look great today. Where did you get that outfit from? Sugar, I made that outfit. I redesigned that outfit. I recreated that outfit. And it's got my personality all over it, because that's what Hollie May does. So, during the time I finished secondary school, I went to London to my very first ever Fashion Galore, and my favourite fashion designer is in fact Isabella Blow, and I love her designs and her hats and her collections. I can really relate to her the most out of everybody through fashion, because Isabella Blow was never afraid of standing out. She was always like the person during the 90s who just stood out. She was the kind of chick who just didn't give a shit. She'd leave her house wearing the most wackiest outfit, but it was craft. It was craftsmanship. And she wore clothes that were very, different and eclectic and unique. And every outfit was individual. Every outfit had its own little story. Every outfit had its own little backstory and presentation, and all this effort and hard work that went into every single collection that she did or collaboration that she did when it came around to fashion. I really feel like when I first saw Isabella Blow's Fashion Galore in London a few years ago, when it came back around, she became cool again. That to me was like the most amazing Fashion Galore I've ever been to and I've ever went to in my life. And it wasn't cheap, and I think I went with like my nan's girlfriend at the time and her friend or something like that. I can't remember vaguely. And I love going to Fashion Galores. I love seeing craftsmanship and collections up close in person of these designers who have been doing textiles for years, and how it all pays off, and they work so hard to create all this gorgeous beauty and this uniqueness that's in the fashion industry. And I feel like when I discovered Isabella Blow at a very young age, so this was way after, before I got into Grace Jones, I just feel like Isabella Blow really speaks to me the most. And in my bedroom, I actually have the Isabella Blow Fashion Galore book, and it's just full of all of her collections and, her dresses and all of her hats and her shoes. And I love Isabella Blow. I think she's a gorgeous person, and I have been admiring her since I first discovered her. However, I did not know Isabella Blow when I was doing my art and my textiles when I was a teenager. And I don't know. I just feel like Isabella Blow's fashion really moves me, and it really inspires me every time I see it. And she is just one of my favorite designers. Such a huge impact on me and my life, and how creative I am, and how I love to stand out, and I'm not afraid to stand out from the crowd and just do what I love, whether people love me or hate me for it, whether it comes to music, art, fashion, or modeling, or holding a pose, and any of that shit. I love Isabella Blow. She's a freaking legend, and she should still be here today, but unfortunately, life took its own turn for her. But yeah, check out Isabella Blow, people. She's really cool, and I love her. I love her. Yes. Obviously, being really creative during my GCSEs with arts and textiles and trying to do really well in drama. I mean, my aim in drama was to get a strong A star or an A or a B. But unfortunately, I couldn't reach that target due to bullying. And obviously, because my bullying got so bad, I needed an outlet and I needed something to keep me going and keeping me quiet during the time I was doing my GCSEs. And that's why I chose textiles and art, so that whenever someone brought me down or whenever somebody was trying to get under my skin, art and textiles were the only two things that really picked me up when I felt like shit. I couldn't take it out on the teacher all the time. I couldn't take it out on other people all the time. I had to sort of do it for myself. And over the years, I'm glad I learnt art. I'm glad I learnt textiles, and I'm glad I become more creative with my own mind and gained my own confidence and found parts of myself, rediscovered parts and discovered new parts of who I am, and went on different paths and different routes and sort of gradually grew from there. But when I did modelling, that was when it kind of went tits up for me, because I went through some really uneasy situations during that era. And unfortunately, I worked with a guy called JTD Photography, and that person who runs that is not a very nice person. All I'm going to say is he took advantage of me, and I must have been a very young woman at the time. In fact, I probably wasn't even a woman because I was a teenager. And the one thing that he said to me was, "Hollie, you are so unique. Your face is so different. And the only thing that will ever make you cool is because of your eye. And everything else is just stupid." And then I remember he said to me something along the lines of, you're so weak, you're pathetic, and the only thing that's going to make you cool in the future is your face. And I just remember receiving really harsh, unnecessary comments about my face with that person. Unfortunately, he still does photography locally. He works in natural space studios, I think that's what you call it. And I'm not afraid to say how I feel. I'm not afraid to say my side of the story. I'm not afraid to tell the world how I truly feel about this person. But in future, if you're going to be a photographer, don't treat younger women like shit if you're going to take advantage of them and you're going to use their disfigurement as an object against them. And that's all I have to say. So when I experienced that was when I sort of turned around and I did stripping. And that era of my life, it means a lot to me still, but I went through some rough shit. And I still did during the end of college. So it's taken a bit of balls to sort of express this tonight, but I really feel that it needs to be said because I've held this in for many years. And if you're ever going to do a photo shoot or you're going to work with somebody behind the camera, please make sure you are safe. Please make sure you are aware of your surroundings. And, if you don't feel safe with that photographer, go home. Keep your clothes on and go home. Don't bother getting change. And also, don't let these freaking old men with cameras fool you. Because the majority of photographers who are old and they don't know what they're doing, but they claim that they're professional when they treat their models or the people who are in front of the camera like trash. Don't do it. I've been there and done that. Okay, I'm not the only woman, young woman or woman who's been through this, but don't do it. And just make sure that you get home and you are safe, because when an old, dirty, grown man, well, who isn't even grown, take advantage of you, and they're like, oh, you're so gorgeous, and then the next minute they're like, oh, did you know that you're this ugly because you have this certain feature about you, and it doesn't even make you, that's the only thing that makes you cool, or that's the only thing that stands out. Excuse me, shut the fuck up. You may be a photographer who has worked your whole entire life doing whatever the hell you're doing, but you don't know who I am, and you don't know what I've been through. So these days I make sure, and I'm well aware with who I work with, and I make sure that I am safe and I am comfortable before doing any video shoot or photo shoot or any kind of interview. I make sure I get along with that person. I make sure that that person gets to know me well. And I most certainly don't let the person who is in control of whatever project they're doing get hold of me and twist me and turn me and try and break me into two because they're not getting laid. So professionalism is very important, whether you're doing art, textiles, or you're just doing modeling, or maybe you're doing sex work. But sex work is a completely different aspect. And talking of sex work, that's what I did. I did lap dancing. I miss it. It was a great time in my life. I danced to Iggy Pop, Madonna, Blondie, you know, you name it, all my favourite people. And that's all I'm going to say about that, because that part of my life I will only tell you offline, and if I ever get to speak to you in person. And that's all I've got to say, really, about that topic.